Mr. Speaker, the state of our nation is strong. We remain a country striving and ambitious, taking on our pressing challenges and not avoiding them. We do this because we know that the path to lasting cohesion, decent jobs for our people, can only be achieved in an environment where fairness, integrity, and the rule of law are observed by all citizens without exception. Mr. Speaker, as President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, I have heard the cries of our people and their stated hopes and aspirations for a better Kenya. When they elected me as their president, I committed to strive and unceasingly fulfill the trust and confidence that they placed in me, and I will not turn back on this commitment. I am well aware that the task ahead of us, no doubt, is enormous. But there can be no turning back in our quest to transform our national economy to become truly an engine for creating jobs and opportunities for Kenyans. There is no turning back on government reforms that are intended to improve service provision to all Kenyans. And there is no turning back on fighting all enemies of Kenya, foreign or domestic, so as to secure and to ensure that Kenyans and their property are safe. Mr. Speakers, there is no turning back on the obligations we have made in the Big Four agenda to environmental sustainability, to intergenerational equity, and to upholding a strong rule-based international system. There will be no turning back on the Building Bridges initiative that assures inclusion, cohesion, unity, and respect for all Kenyans. There will be no turning back on the war against corruption, as it is a just war and a war to prevent misuse of public resources for selfish interests by those who have been entrusted to manage them. We are not turning back because we are determined to gift our children a better Kenya than the one we inherited. A prosperous Kenya where the respect for the rule of law and integrity are accepted norms. Mr. Speaker, following the country's first general election under the new constitution, I took the oath of office as the first president elected under the new legal order. My first term laid the foundation for a better Kenya by building on the promise and aspirations of the new constitution as articulated under Article 10, and therefore set the stage to propel our country to greater security, health, unity, prosperity, equity, and justice. The national values and principles of governance epitomize the vision that Kenyans have for their nation. The 43 words are the promise we have made to ourselves and the generations to come. As we reflect on these values, let us ask ourselves as leaders in the public, as well as the private sectors, and indeed as well as ordinary Kenyans, how much we are paying heed to these values and principles in our own personal conduct.